So I want to share this experience with you that I had earlier today at work. So I'm sitting in my office, and a guy from another department comes to talk to me about something work-related, right? And he's like, so, you still doing that carnivore diet? I'm like, yeah. Almost 4 years now, actually. About a month. Actually, I'm about a month away from 4 years. And he's like, man, you gotta stop doing that. All that red meat's gonna kill you. Now, I don't like getting into these conversations, particularly at work. And to be honest, there's a little bit of a backstory to this, so I didn't go into any further in it. I was just like, yeah, well, something's gonna kill you at some point, right? I just kind of shrugged it off. But here's the thing. This guy, in the morning, so there's this conference room that's across from my office, so I can see the entrance and everything, He went into the conference room. Somebody had brought donuts in for a meeting in the morning. When I think he had already been there for a while, but anyway, he went in the conference room and got a couple donuts, walked out. He had 2 donuts in his hand, went over to his cubicle and started eating them. So this guy talking to me about red meat, how it's going to kill me, and he's eating donuts. Probably doesn't think anything about it either, that the donuts aren't bad for him or whatever. And it got me thinking a little bit here. So I'm driving home here, I'm thinking that's exactly what is wrong with our society, what we have to deal with. People are so brainwashed into thinking a certain way that they think nothing of eating donuts. It's pleasure food for them and everything, right? There's nothing wrong with it. But me eating a bunch of red meat, that's bad. It's gonna kill me. Now, I don't understand how one's mind thinks that way, that red meat's gonna kill me, but donuts aren't bad. I can understand with all the information that's been out there about red meat, they went back to the 50s or 60s or whatever, where they said that red meat was bad for you. So I understand some people still believe in that, even though it's, I think it's pretty much been debunked and everything. But the fact that he doesn't think there's anything wrong with the donuts, or he would say something like that to me about eating all this red meat and then go and eat donuts, well, actually he ate the donuts before that, but that's besides the point. But I mean, that's what I don't get about our society. And everybody's got an opinion, and there seems to be a lot of people that have an opinion about meat and how meat is bad for you, particularly red meat and all this stuff. But then they go and eat stuff that just makes no sense, that they don't think that's bad for you or whatever. He doesn't think stuffing donuts down his throat is a problem. I just don't get it. And why even comment to me, who, have lost almost 100 pounds here at this point, well over 85 to 90 pounds or so, easily, with the carnivore diet. And I'm in so much better shape than I was. I look younger. I'm happier. I don't have any of the health problems I had, the different pains that I had, back pain, hip pain, wrists, ankles, stuff like that, knees, the joints, that I would get joint pain and stuff like that. I don't have any of that stuff. And what is your purpose to even say to me, come to me and say, you gotta stop eating all that red meat, it's gonna kill you? And this has come from somebody, by the way, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that they're fat. they got more weight on them than I do. I mean, what does that tell you about the way that they eat? Why would they even do that? So I don't get it, you know. I just wonder, you know, let me know in the comments what you think of that situation, or if you run into those types of issues a lot, and what you think, you know, how you handle it. Like, I just shrugged this off, and I don't know if that was the best way to do it or not, but it just, you know, I don't even want to get into that conversation, especially somebody that's over there eating something bad themselves that then is trying to tell me I'm eating something bad. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'd like to hear it.